What is up, everyone? Volathis here, and welcome to another patch reading for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward, and we'll be reading patch 3.3 Revenge of the Horde. So let's strap in and start the reading. So of course we first have some main scenario quests being added. The Man Within, which I'm assuming is leading up to the final steps of faith. Have a lot of questions here. There's been adjusted to old main scenario quests. A lot of them have either been lowered on the level or upped on the level, such as Eggs Over Queasy. The Warring Triad has been extended. Looks like we're going to get a quest called The Fate of the Stars. Wonder if we're going to get a new event. We have the Weeping City, which of course will be the new raid area. There's 2 quests involved with that. We have some new side story quests that have been added. The Paths We Walk and Nidhogg's Rage. Those are side story? Well, I guess they're technically not the main, but Nidhogg's Rage. And of course we're getting Hildebrand quests. And the animal weapons are going to be going further, and these will be based on those. And the anima weapon has been added, and it's going to be in Ildishire. Let's see here. It says any physical damage, magical weapons, and all that, and mind attributes on your weapon will transfer over to the reconditioned weapon and be raised to a value befitting your new item level. And it looks like it's a method of items that are added to it, and you can, so it's called like swiftness if you have spell speed and stuff like that, and you can up it yourself accordingly. The drop weight of the crystals required to undertake it has been increased for the soul without life. Oh, that's the crystals for the weapon a long time ago. There's a new side story called Storming the Hall, which I'm not sure what that one is too. Quest destinations placed on certain quests in the Turning Mist have been adjusted. It looks like they've been shrinked and narrowed. Of course, we're getting the Moogle Beast Tribe quest line, and for those of you who don't know, this is for Disciplines of the Hand. So if you've done the Ixal before, this is basically going to be the Heavensward version of it. It's a crafting based one. We have a list of all the quests here. This will be a perfect time for me to start leveling up my crafters. And they've added the items, which apparently this one can be purchased from the Vanu Vanu Beast Tribe vendor. Is you can get the armor to look like a Vanu Vanu and the Narth as well. And before, for the Ixals, they've added that those ventures that they drop can be turned in for grading. Grade 4 gathering and crafting materia. And there's also a prompt now if you've already received maximum reputation on a quest. It says, are you sure you want to proceed? In which case you can. And see, an icon quests unlocking new features or duties have been changed. So it looks like anything that adds to it is going to be a blue quest marker with a plus sign. Destination markers appear during quests have been adjusted to improve visibility. New airship routes from Ishgard to Gold Saucer and each of the has been added. So it looks like now to access the airship route and the gold you must complete, it could happen to you. So now we can go to Ishgard and Gold Saucer, I guess. I didn't know we couldn't before. Treasure hunts now, of course, add the Aquapolis. Should be, I believe they said that you have a 50% chance from Dragon Skin maps to be added. And then from there, it's going to be a luck of the draw, which anything can happen, such as you choose the wrong door, or no party members are present on the battlefield when monsters are released and the chamber is sealed. Please note that during battle, incapacity will not be returned to the starting area. It must be revived either using actions or items. So in the event that the parties, all players will be removed and cannot re-enter. So it looks like there's no real respawn point. You actually have to be rezzed in the Aquapolis. And then there's going to be rewards. You get better rewards the deeper you go. Enemies guarding the treasure yielded by dragon skin masks will no longer drop items. So I guess it looks like dragon skin treasure maps are just used for teleportation. Grand companies, they now have a drop down menu, it says here, for the quartermaster seal exchange. Okay then. They're adding new items which will be void drake seeds as well as anthelic lavender seeds. And they cost 500 seals. And residential caretakers, they can also be exchanged for 300 credits. And there's also morning glories which can be exchanged for 2,000. We're getting another heat of the battle which increases your XP. And it's up to 15%. You'll have a message when you're trying to invite people. New furnishing items. Those actually look really awesome. And of course, now we have the flower pot. So you can cultivate crops inside. Flower pots can be placed within free company estates, private estates, and even private chambers. These furnishings allow you to grow the exact same plants and crops as those in garden plots indoors. In addition, there are certain seeds which can only be cultivated in flower pots. These plants will yield materials to craft gear. Now, to my knowledge, the main thing is that the flowers can be put into your hair as an accessory, and the amount of flower pots you can have based on your house size. Private chambers and small, 2, medium, 3, large, 4 seeds players. Players will be able to obtain a variety of seeds from which they can begin cultivating their crops. Different types of seeds will yield different types of crops. Seeds will occasionally appear at certain locations where their plants yield. I'm pretty sure we already knew that. Of course, you can put in the soil and then you plant the seeds. I think this is just an overview. I mean, it's the same as anyone who's already done gardening anyways. And then the flower plot plants is there's a red pomace, blue pomace, and a blue pomace. And players can use these flower pots which yield maximum will yield materials as gear as well as flowers for their estate. Flower vases, old rose seeds which can only be cultivated in flower pots are available in 8 color variations, and players will be able to influence the ratio. So it's based on the fertilizers you use. So there's red, blue, and mountain, and then you can just increase the red, blue, and yellow, kind of like with the chocobos involved with that, although it looks like that for this one, once you start putting that in, you don't really have a big control on that, so you'll have to be careful. I wonder if there's a white rose, how you would acquire that. Fully grown flowers can be plucked from flower pots and placed in estate flower vases. So vases, you can put the flowers in, obtaining, you can get them, and you can control if people can display flowers or remove flowers. New crops have been added, and this is interesting. So the light seeds yield shards, and void drake seeds will yield a void drake, old rose. You get the picture. Crops can be exchanged for materials at residential, so you can turn in the lavender for basic current. These are current nuggets, as well as you can exchange it for old gold ores. Actually, all these are old for the ore for the void drake. I don't know if these are the only things, because those are just ores and nuggets. Wards 9 through 12 have been added to all residentials. They have all the pricing, maximum, all that. We already knew about a lot of this. Following additions and adjustments. Now we can stack rolls. I'm guessing these are ones that drop probably in dungeons. Maybe? Dark and Break. Blood for Blood. I don't recognize any of these. I wonder if these are the ones that people are... Oh, up, down the up staircase. I would recognize that. So those can be stacked. And the following category has been added. Seasonal. We'll now place a new category. And the song Pie has been moved into seasonal. Gold Saucer. We have new cards. And there's going to be a guide that displays the dominants will now appear in battle, so you can check them. New prizes with MGP. I have no idea where the pig is coming from, and I kind of want to know. New mounts can fly. The Fenrir mount. Wish I had one, so I guess it doesn't matter. And the sound effects playing when summoning and dismissing the Bennu mount have been changed. I'll have to check that out. New hairstyles. So right there, I've heard it's the Johnny Bravo combo, which I can't argue. Might try out that hairstyle. That doesn't look too bad. So we have the... Is it just called the Monkey Dance? I think that's what it's called. And then Winking. So that's a thing. Let's see here. New challenge log. So you can open, if you go into the Aquapolis, you get more. And overall, they're increasing the gil you receive from completing these challenge logs. There's going to be new structures in Ildishire. Some adjustments here. A lot of PvP for classes. I'm just going to kind of skip over them because this is a lot. Some visual effects. You can register PvP action presets in your PvP profile. And you can have up to 5, and it takes several seconds to switch between. During that time, a progress bar will be displayed. And sub commands are available, edit, confirm, and all that. Now, when you're accepting res, apparently the decline confirmation such as raise, they must press and hold for a fixed period of time to decline the action. So this is only on decline, according to what it says. So you can accept and wait instantly. That's honestly not a bad idea. There won't be any more I accidentally clicked decline. No, you have to hold it down. You can either instantly accept or wait. I was really afraid if they were going to have it where you have to hold for decline, you have to hold for accept, because then you have to almost plan your reses, but that's not the case. And of course we get new dungeons such as Soul Cow. I probably butchered that. And Hull Breaker Hard Mode. And we're also getting the final steps of Faith, not Fate. And then we're going to be getting the Minstrel's Ballad of Nidhogg's Rage. And now you can also solo queue for Containment Bay, S1T1 Extreme. That should be Sephiroth. And you also get Power of the Echo for it on both normal and extreme. After falling out of bounds during the naval hard mode, the camera will now return to the center of the battlefield. Players who already possess the Nightmare mount can no longer select Need or Greed on the Nightmare Whistle. I'm wondering if they're going to do that with the other ponies, but I think that's kind of fair. Can't really, I don't think you can sell the Nightmare mount anyway, so I don't feel like you should be able to roll on it. So the Alliance Raid Dungeon, the Weeping City of Mach, has been added. And some requirements. Adjustments to the Void Ark. The Inuchin will no longer appear in the treasure chest, but instead obtained upon clearing the Void Ark. I don't know if that means it has a drop rate or you just automatically get it. I mean, technically it looks like you automatically get it. And the Machi matter will no longer be obtained in Void Ark, but instead be in Mach. And the drop weight for Wind Up Inishin and Coffee Land has been increased. Raid Finder has been added. So as you know, I haven't really been raiding that much these days, but it's been added for, looks like, all the old raids of Savage. So you can queue up for those. Basically, you have a lot of choices here. You can queue for them, and you can basically set it up what you're looking for. Have you completed it? Uncomplete? Your purpose? Do you just want to practice? Do you want to beat it? And the phase you want to practice. You select all these and you queue. You can also choose language, progress, and reward acquisition. Okay. Upon registering and completing a given Savage raid, your weekly progress will be updated to that point, preventing you from obtaining rewards from previous raids. Example, a player registers and completes Alexander the Cuff of the Sun Savage, but has yet to enter Alexander Fist of the Sun Savage Savage. In that case, even if the player goes back to clear the fist, they cannot. So it's still following the reward. If you jump all the way to the end, you're done. If you beat it, you get, that's your rewards. There's an item level involved in that. 215. I think that's still acquirable. I want to say you can still get 215 before you go to Savage. I'm not too sure. I think I'm at like, I'm not even at 230 yet. I wonder if that's a little high. Limitation on certain rewards for Alexander Midas has been removed. So that isn't the Savage. That, if I'm not mistaken, is just the one where you queue up and get a weekly reward. No, that can't be right. I think that means you can get all the loot you want. I'm confused. These things are confusing. They're changing the experts. Everything's getting bumped down. As always, then we get new ones in place. Tombstones have been adjusted. Really? So, looks like lore isn't really getting touched. In fact, it's getting lowered, but overall, more instances will reward more tombstones of esoterics. And the duty finder, when you're queuing up with people, it shows how many people overall have already received the reward. Their language settings in the duty finder. You can get more information in the duty menu. I guess that's in the functions. And settings for it, for what you're looking for. And then we get the new PvP map, Shatter. 20 minutes. Rules of engagement. Tumulus. It'll either be applied or occupied. And then everyone gets their adrenaline rush, aka personal limit break. If you're the team in first, you get no bonus to adrenaline. Second feels faster. Third's even faster. Battle high, battle fever. If you defeat people consecutively, you get increased damage. Okay. And then you can distinguish between the companies, which one they're in. I'm guessing Immortal Flames, Adder, Maelstrom. Or, no, actually, the red's probably Maelstrom, Adder, Immortal Flames. Rewards. You can use your mounts through that. And I didn't log out of Steam. Whoops. Adjustments. If you lose, you can clearly see who loses or wins or lose. And the booing sound has been shortened from 7.5 to 4.5. I think that's completely fair. Changes. They're adding the new trials to the Stone, Sky, and Sea. New items have been added, as well as new recipes. Some names have been changed. That has been updated. Apparently we had some earrings that didn't have defense before. They've been added. A lot of items. A lot of exchange items for the Calamity Salvager. Falling items can be repurchased. These are, looks like, what are our Lucius? DM. They're the Lucius tool. I think that's from A Realm Reborn. Items can be repurchased, some flat hats. A lot more items can be sold, desynthesized, which this is, well, I see the Void Arc, so all the 200 gear there, as well everything below. New items can be dyed. Recast on potions overall have been lowered, and for some of them it looks like Onyx Tears has been buffed on how much they regen. You can exchange items for the Unstained Clan, mark logs for seals. These are new items at the shop with her crafting tokens, so these are new crafting. And from what I hear, I think they're overall the same gear now. It's actually been shared across the board, which is usually about the time I really get involved in the crafting, just because it's so much easier to manage when it's all together. And other items, let's see here. Carbon. New items have been unlocked. Some new recipes have been added for quick synthesis. Following categories have been changed. Beast Tribe quests are now Ixal quests. Heaven's Ward is Heaven's Ward 1. I don't get that at all. New categories have been added. Moogle Quest / Heaven's Ward 2. I'm wondering if it means the old dailies are considered a different category. I'm not actually sure at all. Fishing log and fishing guide have been adjusted as well. Required knowledge. Okay. New barding, chocobo, new mounts. I'm assuming you would be from the Nidhogg, maybe? No, that's probably Sephiroth. I'm assuming that's from the Moogle, new minions. I'm assuming these are related to the gardening. Some system upgrades. You can do recommended gear. A lot more new achievements. Mentor status has been added to the mentor system. A player's selected mentor status next to them, character's name, as well as some player search and novice. It also looks like you can set up if you're a healer, maybe. Looks like you can just be mentor, mentor damage, mentor. Oh, this is exactly what it says right here. Mentor. You can be a PvE, trade, or PvP. Following status has been added in search. Then placed waymarks now also show up on your mini map and the map. Partial match. Players can now set their market board to search the setting display partial matches by ticking the partial march. So this one can search from the end and the beginning. There's been some retainer ventures will now receive a maximum of 3 for some things. New camera angles have been added. What is this? Beast Tribe. Today's allowance are 12, so you can see how many Beast Tribes you have. Character menu. You can display headgear. HUD. We now can save HUD layout, so depending on which one you want to set to. Looks like these graphics have been updated. You can now choose the set of your scenery and lighting. You can do high quality or standard. There's just so much to read and I cannot keep up with this. What is custom? There's a Mog dance, it looks like. New text commands. And then some resolved issues. And then this talks about the item level of everything. So this is roughly the end of it. As always, I will put a link in the description below so you guys can check this out too, because I didn't even probably didn't scratch the surface of everything that's in here. So don't forget to read it as well as your own time. Let me know. Apparently I can't talk anymore. Let me know in the comments below, what are you looking forward to the most? It's with patches like these, like 3.3, 3.1, I'm more interested in the story. I mean, come on, we're wrapping up the Dragon Song War to our knowledge, so that's my main focus, obviously. And let me know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel to stay updated. More videos to come, and it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.